Welcome back to Who You Got. I'm Callum, Bohn, joined by Emmett, Kliger, and today we are here to discuss UVA's get-right game against William & Mary after a devastating fourth quarter loss at NC State last week. They're going to be heavy favorites in this game, and we're going to be here to give you some storylines to follow. Even if it's not the most engaging game through the fourth quarter, we're going to tell you who to watch out for and what to watch out for. Emmett, first off, what is your key to this game?
I think a get-right game is the perfect way to describe this. UVA, this is their first FCS game since last year against Richmond in their home opener where they won handedly. And I think UVA just needs to get back to their fundamentals. They played actually a very good game, I would say, against NC State, but they couldn't pull it through at the end. I think get back to the fundamentals, running the ball very strong with Jamari Taylor, throwing the ball well with Chandler Morris. We need his head right for this game. I just think back to the basics for offense.
Totally agree. I agree this offense is going to be able to try to find themselves and get back to the basics. But honestly, I'm expecting some big chunk plays to come from special teams this week, especially on this punt unit. Cam Ross has been the greatest punt returner in the ACC. He ranks third in all-purpose yards in the entire NCAA so far. And not just in terms of his returning, the whole punt unit has been so successful. The blocking and the pressure on the punts, that is how you get consistently good returns. And against a team like William & Mary, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a blocked punt in this game, some type of wild play, because as we've seen, UVA's punt unit is exceptional.
I would surely hope so. I mean, in the game against Coastal, he obviously returned one for a touchdown, which was a huge momentum play for your Cavaliers. I think this is also a big prove-it game for UVA's front seven. They got a little bit abused last game by NCSU quarterback CJ Bailey, who they gave up 44 rushing yards to him. And obviously, William & Mary's quarterback Tyler Hughes is a runner. He leads William & Mary in rushing yards. And so I think UVA's front seven really needs to dial it in. Hopefully against this type of opponent, they can really show that they have some worth. In the Coastal game, they did a good job against the run, but hopefully they can do it again this week against William & Mary.
I agree, definitely. I think especially if UVA is up big and up early, there's going to be not a lot of running opportunities for William & Mary, and it's just going to be all up to the QB to make some plays happen. And that's when, as a defender, you're able to pin your ears back and get to work. I should expect a lot of sacks in this game.
I would hope so. I think on the flip side, someone we definitely have to be looking out for is Chandler Morris. You look at the numbers from last week, he actually had a very good game, 70% completion rating, but obviously the big number is number one interception, which he threw at the end of the game to lose the game. You look at that play, it wasn't a horrible decision, but it's easy to be a Sunday morning quarterback with college football. When you throw a game-losing pick, that can really mess with a quarterback's head. But hopefully with the veteran leadership that he has, Chandler Morris, he will be able to have a great comeback this week and really put UVA's offense on fire this week.
Definitely. I believe in Chandler Morris to be able to flush a terrible play like that. He does have plenty of games under his belt, and I believe in him to just look forward, not look to the past. Somebody who really doesn't have that game experience, though, is his understudy, Danny Callum, and look out for Callum to get into this game tomorrow. Sometime in the second half, I'm sure there is going to be an opportunity for him to see the field. We saw him week one against Coastal Carolina after Chandler Morris got that ding to the shoulder, and he's looked a little shaky, and as to be expected with somebody who really does not have a lot of collegiate experience on the field, I think this is a great opportunity for Danny Callum to shake off some of those nerves and have some fun out there.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially with how aggressive of a player Chandler Morris is. You know, obviously you don't want him to get injured. He is the leader of this football team, but you definitely want a prepared backup quarterback in Danny Callum. And like you said, this is a great opportunity for him to get some reps in game. Someone else who broke out in the North Carolina State game was Jamari Taylor, having 150 yards on the ground, definitely pulling away from some of the other running backs in the room. He's having a great first two games thus far to the season.
Totally. It's a great story seeing Jamari Taylor really emerge from the pack. But the rest of this RB room, they're no slouches either. And I expect all three of the other backs, that's Bohn, Whaley, and Brown, all to see the field and to get meaningful reps. They're all potent with the ball in their hands, and there should be plenty of time for this UVA running game to run out the clock.
I think for my pick for this game, I think obviously you have to go with UVA playing against an FCS school. If I had to give a score, I would say 45-10. I don't think it'll be a shutout like some of my friends have been telling me, but I think UVA will definitely take this one handedly.
I'm definitely in a similar boat, Emmett. I think once you get into that boat race territory, it's really hard to say what the score is going to be. I think UVA is going to come out very strong in the first half, and maybe sometime in the third or fourth quarter, they let off the gas a little bit, especially since the head coach of William & Mary, Mike London, is a former Wahoo, spent several years as a defensive assistant, and was the head coach between 2010 and 2015, where I think he had a 27-46 record. Nothing to write home about, but some Wahoo blood running through his veins. So I think maybe there's a little bit of kindness that the UVA program shows to them. London is in search of his 100th career coaching win. He's definitely not going to be getting that tomorrow. But I'm going to say 35-13. That's another week of Who You Got. I'm Callum Bohn.
I'm Emmett Kliger.
WUVA.